Hello, dear students. Welcome to What, Why, How, the daily initiative by IAS Baba, where we take up a current affair or an editorial and we declutter it in less than 10 minutes. The topic that I have chosen for today is a very landmark achievement that has happened in the space sector in India. Today morning, ISRO successfully launched the NVS-02 satellite, but this is not the achievement. The achievement is that with this launch, ISRO has created history as it is the 100th launch from Sriharikota, or that is your Satish Dhawan Space Center. So this is such a landmark achievement because in Sriharikota, this is the 100th launch that has happened. So what we're going to deal with today is what exactly was this particular launch that happened, and along with it, why was also Sriharikota chosen as one of the launch pads that is there in our country. Now, to start off with it, the achievement that has happened today is that the NVS-02 satellite was launched, and the NVS-02 satellite was carried by the space vehicle or space launch vehicle, which is your GSLV F-15. Now, as you can see, GSLV is a geosynchronous. It can go into the geosynchronous or the geostationary orbit. So this is primarily used for heavy weighted satellites that are there. And this was lifted off at 6:23 a.m. today morning. Almost 19 minutes later, this GSLV was able to put the satellite into the geosynchronous transfer orbit just as it was planned. Now, coming into the achievement of this, we'll deal with what NVS-02 satellite is used for. But as I mentioned, as of now, over 100 launches of ISRO has happened from Sriharikota, and in a total of 548 satellites have been put to orbit. In fact, it is also a commendable achievement that almost 100 plus satellites in this belong to the category of foreign satellites. That means we have even lifted off the satellites for other countries. Now, coming to this particular NVS-02 satellite, NVS is actually part of a constellation of satellites. Constellation means a group of satellites for a very specific purpose. Now, you might be familiar about the purpose of NVS because we have something called as NAVIC. NAVIC is primarily the satellites that are used for the, we can call it the Indian GPS. As you know, there is the plan to create an Indian GPS suited to the specific conditions of India, suited to the specific terrains of India, etc. And to make it possible, we had previously launched NAVIC satellites. Now, as an improvement on these NAVIC satellites is where currently you have NVS satellites. So this is the reason why they are calling it the second generation NAVIC satellites, because in the first you had IRNSS 1E, 1A, 1B, all of these satellites were launched. This was the first generation of satellites for your navigation purpose. Now the second generation primarily replaces the IRNSS and that puts it into orbit. So in this constellation, you are having NVS-01, 02, 03, 04 and 05. 5 major satellites. NVS-01 was already launched. NVS-02 was launched today. Now again, remaining 3 NVS also have to be launched for this constellation to be complete. Now, coming on to the idea, as I just mentioned, NVS is the second satellite in part of this. Just because I mentioned about India's navigation system, understand India's navigation system is not a global navigation system. It is specifically for the Indian region and almost 1,500 kilometers beyond the borders of India's landmass. Now, to ensure that the accuracy and the time and the position and the velocity, all of these things are accurate when it comes to your NVS satellites, what is happening is, along with each NVS, we are also sending a payload which is called as an atomic clock. Now, again, don't get confused when you hear the word payload. Payload just means that it is something that is carried along with a spacecraft. If it is a experiment, if it is a sensor, if it is a atomic clock, all of these things that are carried in a spacecraft are called as your payloads. The reason why atomic clocks were carried in NVS-01 and NVS-02 is because Navik hopes to give a positional accuracy of better than 20 meters and timing accuracy of better than 40 nanoseconds. Now, if all of this is about today's launch, there is also something that I mentioned. Why was Sriharikota chosen as the launch pad of our satellites? See, Sriharikota is a small island area that occurs on the coast of your Andhra region. The island covers an area of approximately 43,360 acres and it has a 50-kilometer coastline. The reason why it was primarily chosen is because it has a very close proximity to the equator. That means any launch, whenever you want to launch something into the orbit, it's always better if we can launch it directly into the movement of the Earth's rotation. And the movement of the Earth's rotation is, you can have the velocity at the highest when it comes to the equator. So this is the reason why Sriharikota was chosen. It will have proximity to the equator and this will provide an extra force from the rotation of the Earth. In fact, one of the major reasons this has helped us is because it's only after this that we were successfully able to launch our geostationary satellites. Because geostationary satellites, as it is, are very heavy, they have to travel at a much bigger distance. So any kind of push that we get from the Earth itself is a good deal for a geostationary satellite. Along with this, Sriharikota was also chosen because whenever these rocket launches happen, you need very stable ground. You cannot have a ground where there is frequent plate movements, etc. So the strong soil composition and the hard rock beneath it also made Sriharikota a very ideal location. As of now, the center has 2 launch pads and a separate launch pad for launching sounding rockets. Sounding rockets means rockets that are not put into space. It is just for any kind of experimental purposes. So since we are at the 100th mission now, there's a lot of achievements again that could happen from Sriharikota. All our future missions like your Chandrayaan, the Gaganyans, all of that is likely to happen from here. So we have to wait and see what Sriharikota has in store for us. Until we meet again, take care and happy learning.